Hi, all. A few things to update you on today, a couple exciting things as well. But first, kind of a public service announcement from our friendly folks at Charles IT. They're seeing an increase in number of cybersecurity threats and also an increase in number of people at Habco falling for these cybersecurity threats and these phishing scams. In particular, there's been a lot of folks scamming now on two things: trying to get into online meetings, which they're protecting for us on one side, but the one that they're doing from an email perspective that's out there looks like it's coming from the CDC, where the CDC is saying that they are shutting our facility down for sanitizing, for cleaning, to click here. I can assure you that if that was true, you see how much I communicate in my daily communications, you'd be getting that email from me, and I'd be or a video from me telling you about that. So if you're getting an email that looks like it's coming from the CDC saying we're shutting down, that is not the case. Do not click on that link. Additionally, there are a lot of things I see. I get spammed almost every day, whether it's something from Capital One, financial institutions, FedEx. There's a FedEx one almost out every day. If you receive an email that you don't think you should be receiving, most likely it's phishing. Um, but before you click on the link for downloading anything, just hover over it. You can kind of see where it's coming from. If you have any questions whatsoever, don't click the links, don't download anything. If you have any questions, forward it to Charles IT and they'll tell you right away if it's real or not. So appreciate your efforts in helping keep our infrastructure, IT infrastructure, safe. Secondly, many of you probably read or saw yesterday that Governor Lamont signed an executive order of minimum things that companies that are in business, especially essential businesses, are that protocols they should have in place. He specifically mentioned aerospace and defense, but in particular, there's an executive order that was signed with a lot of protocols be put in place. Take a listen to Governor Lamont last night at his press conference. Any of this sound familiar?
Number one, you got to self-monitor, you got to self-test, you got to have a fever test, and anybody who registers more than 100.4 degrees does not go to work. No questions asked. So you should know that as an employee, you should know that as a boss. That person is not going to work. And many of our manufacturing, they're doing the testing themselves, at the front gate, at the front door. I was talking to Jim Lurie today at Stanley Black & Decker. They have, 30,000 people in manufacturing around the world, around the country, including Connecticut. They've had 5 infections so far. That tells you this self-policing can work, keeping the social distance, making sure that the cafeterias are not a mob scene, but people separate, maybe have their meal in a car. Making sure between shifts there's a timing to clean, making sure the 2 shifts do not jam at the same time. These are the things that make enormous difference. These are the things that we will be enforcing. These are the things that allow our manufacturing to keep going on a safe basis. And if it's not done on a safe basis, we can't keep it going.
Isn't it kind of neat to hear Governor Lamont talk about and mandate practices that we put in place weeks ago that are now being adopted by companies all over the state? There are a couple things that were in his executive order that we aren't doing that we're going to look to put in place, and we'll be rolling that out shortly. From a face mask perspective, we want everybody to be covering their face when they're outside of their home. Obviously, we're doing things inside of work. Jeff has finally finalized his process, and the standard work and videos and standard work will be sent out tonight to all of those that have volunteered. If you don't receive your standard work, your video, your instructions, if you have volunteered or if you want to still volunteer, let Rob and S know. We'll be sure to get that in your hands, and we're looking to get as many of these masks made as possible for all of our employees. In the meantime, we want you to ensure that you're wearing face masks if you're going out in public. Here's a nice quick video that Steve Cave forwarded to me of face masks that you can make at home with household items. We really do want everybody to be safe and have something on your face if you're going out in public. And lastly, something I'm very excited about, we've got a unique opportunity that we're able to participate in. We've been able to procure some COVID-19 test kits. I bought them last night. They'll be delivered tomorrow. This is a really unique opportunity. I've been able to work directly with the manufacturer of this test that just got FDA emergency use approval over the weekend. It is the only test kit available on the market that can be self-administered and does not require blood or a swab to go in the back of your mouth or up your nose. This is a saliva test that gets put into a vial. We can send the package overnight to a lab and have the results the same day that the kits are received. We are right now actively working on the protocols to put in place, working with our attorneys, working with the medical professionals, working on ensuring that we do everything appropriately for those people that do want to be tested. This will be volunteer only. We're not mandating it, and we are working on how we go off and disseminate the tests. We got a bit of work to do. We still got some documentation to put in place, but what's really neat about this is Habco is the first and currently the only company industry in the country, non-healthcare, that's been able to get tests. I'm working as we speak with the state and trying to get the state to get some of these tests out into the healthcare industry. The few kits that we got that we bought is a drop in the bucket of the stockpile that this company has. This company had over 100,000 kits in inventory yesterday, and a lot more being produced every day. They have the ability to test, to do 10,000 tests a day, to process them in their lab, and they're working on increasing that as well. The neat thing is Habco's got the opportunity to participate in this before it really gets out in the marketplace within the healthcare industry. And we, as I said, we're the only company so far that's been able to procure tests, and actually are putting a plan in place to be able to test employees on a volunteer basis. So we'll get some more information out to you. The test kits will arrive tomorrow. We're trying to finalize waivers and all the other paperwork that goes along with it. But it's just another thing that we're doing to be ahead of the curve, where we could be able to get our employees, and hopefully as we get the test kits and as we get the process, even your relatives have the opportunity to be tested if we can. So stay tuned on that. Something I'm very excited about. Something I've been working hard on for the past few days. And also trying to do it in a manner where we get these kits that are available out to the front lines where they're really needed. But Habco is able to participate in this on the front end, which was kind of interesting and kind of unique. Again, more information to come on that. Hope you have a great afternoon. We'll get some more information out tomorrow. Send another video tomorrow. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.